Take a slow, easy breath in and let it fall gently out. Another soft breath in and release, letting your shoulders melt downward, letting your body grow just a little heavier and just a little more at ease. You are here to drift gently, calmly, peacefully into rest. And tonight, we begin your journey not on the ground, but in the sky. Allow your eyes to settle, your hands to soften, your breath to become slow and steady, like a warm breeze brushing across your face. Let yourself sink fully into the moment, as if the surface beneath you is holding you with complete comfort and effortless support. As you breathe, imagine a soft glow, a warm golden light gathering around you. This light moves with your breath, expanding as you inhale, settling like a warm blanket as you exhale. There is nowhere else to be, nothing left to do, only this gentle moment and the beautiful journey you're about to take. Pause here, inhale, exhale. In your mind, picture yourself standing at the edge of a wide, open meadow just before sunrise. The sky is a deep indigo, with the faintest touch of lavender stretching along the horizon. The air is cool but soft, brushing lightly over your skin like the very first whisper of morning. Before you stands a hot air balloon, tall, colorful, and waiting just for you. Its envelope, the white rising dome of fabric, gently sways in the quiet breeze. Before you stands a hot air balloon, tall, colorful, and waiting just for you. Its envelope, the rising dome of fabric, gently sways in the quiet breeze. The colors ripple like a watercolor painting. Soft blues, warm golds, gentle creams, and hints of rose that glow faintly in the dim light. The wicker basket rests on the grass, sturdy and welcoming. A lantern hangs from its side, casting a warm amber glow across the meadow, illuminating the dew-drenched blades of grass at your feet. The soft hiss of the burner sounds every few moments. A warm, rhythmic breath, steady and soothing. You take a slow step closer. Your shoes press into the soft earth, releasing a faint scent of cool morning greenery. You feel the hush of the moment all around you. Peaceful, vast, filled with quiet anticipation, but no rush at all. Everything unfolds slowly here, gently, like a dream easing into place. The pilot stands nearby, a calm presence with a soft smile. They nod to you as you approach, as if they've been expecting you, as if this is your moment to rise, to drift, to let go. You place your hand on the edge of the basket. The wicker feels smooth and warm beneath your fingertips, solid yet light. Climbing inside is effortless. You settle into the basket, feeling grounded, held, safe. The burner exhales another gentle breath of warm flame, and the balloon gives a soft lift, a subtle rising sensation. Not abrupt, not sudden, just the slightest upward drift, like floating in warm water or sinking into a soft bed. Breathe in and out, letting your body rise with the balloon. The pilot loosens the leather ropes one by one. The meadow grows still, and the world seems to pause, holding its breath with you. And then the moment comes. The last rope slips free, and the basket grows weightless, and you begin to rise. Slowly, smoothly, effortlessly. The grass grows smaller. The colors blur softly. The lantern glow fades into the vastness below. You rise with the gentlest lift, like a feather carried on a warm, quiet updraft. The early morning air wraps around you, cool at first, then warmer as the balloon ascends into a gentle layer of golden light touching the horizon. The sky shifts colors in slow motion, deep violet melting into blue, blue melting into soft gold, the gold expanding across the edge of the world like a warm embrace. Below you, the meadow becomes a soft green quilt, patches of wildflowers painting delicate colors you can just barely distinguish from up here. The world looks peaceful, calm, distant. You feel suspended, held, floating between earth and sky. The burner gives another quiet exhale of heat, lifting you up a little higher. The balloon sways gently, a soft, rhythmic rocking, perfectly timed with your breath. Inhale, exhale, float. As you rise, you notice the landscape stretching beyond the meadow. Rolling hills covered in mist, thin streams of silver water winding through the land, patches of forest glowing faintly in the newborn light. The quiet up here is different. Soft, expansive, reassuring. The only sounds are the occasional whisper of the burner, the gentle creak of the basket, and the distant song of morning birds far below, softened into a peaceful murmur. You rest your hands on the edge of the basket and look out at the horizon. The sun is not fully risen yet, just a faint golden curve peeking over the land, but its light spreads slowly, warming the sky in the softest hues imaginable. You breathe it in. This light feels warm, comforting, weightless. The pilot nods to you, as if reminding you that this moment is yours to enjoy fully. There is no destination, no urgency. This journey is simply about drifting, floating, and allowing the sky to gently hold you. As the balloon continues its slow ascent, the world below becomes smoother, calmer. The hills soften. The forests blur into shapes of deep green. The streams shimmer, like silver threads woven through a tapestry. And for a moment, you close your eyes. You feel the sway of a balloon. You feel the soft air brushing against your skin. You feel the warmth of this rising sun touching your face. It feels like drifting between waking and dreaming, between sky and earth, between thought and stillness. You take another deep, slow breath, and on the exhale, you let a little more tension melt away. The balloon drifts forward, carried by a gentle breeze that smells like morning dew, fresh leaves, and the faint sweetness of blooming flowers somewhere far below. The sky expands around you, wide and welcoming. You are rising into calm, into spaciousness, into peace, and this journey has only just begun. The air grows warmer as the sun slowly climbs, stretching soft golden rays across the endless sky. You feel the gentle glow settle on your skin, not hot, not bright, just a warm, dreamy touch like sunlight filtered through thin silk. Above you, the balloon canopy catches this glow, making the colors deepen into soft, luminous shades. The gold looks richer, the blues more serene, the rose hues warmer like the inside of a seashell. The breeze carries you higher, but the ascent is so smooth, so gradual, that you barely notice the movement. You only realize you've risen when the clouds begin to stretch closer. Pale, cottony wisps drifting just beyond the basket's edge. The pilot adjusts one of the burner valves, and the balloon gives the slightest push upwards. Another slow breath of warm air. Another soft floating sensation. And you drift nearer to the first thin cloud. Its edges brushes past the balloon like a gentle, cool veil. A faint, refreshing mist touches your cheek. It's crisp, airy, almost like being kissed by a patch of morning fog. And as the balloon glides through the cloud, everything around you softens into a dreamlike haze. Shapes blur, colors fade into gentle gradients, and the world becomes muted and quiet as if wrapped in a fluffy blanket of white. You breathe in, cooler air now, with a hint of something clean and sweet, like fresh mountain air. For a few moments, the balloon floats inside this cloud, completely surrounded by softness. The pilot smiles and keeps the flame low, so the drift slows even more, giving you time to feel the stillness, the hush, the sensation of being carried through a pillow of mist. The cloud thins gradually, and you emerge into an expanse of open sky. The sun is now edging over the horizon, turning the upper sky into a soft peach color, while the lower sky is still brushed with blues and violets. Far below, the world stretches out, but it feels distant, quiet, gentle. From above, the rivers glint like strings of light. The forests seem like patches of velvet. The hills look like slow, rolling waves frozen in time. And through this peaceful landscape, your balloon drifts on, steady and sure. Breathe in. Exhale slowly. and float with it. As the balloon moves forward, you notice another balloon drifting in the far distance, then another, and another. Soft, colorful shapes rising into the morning sky, each one glowing faintly in the golden light. They move slowly, as if suspended between moments, drifting with dreamy grace. Some are shaped like traditional teardrops, painted with gentle stripes. Others are rounded, decorated with patterns that ripple softly, diamonds, spirals, watercolor strokes. All of them move with the same peaceful rhythm, floating effortlessly across the sky, like quiet thoughts passing through the mind. The breeze shifts just slightly, and your balloon begins to drift toward a cluster of these other balloons, though there's no rush. The air is calm. Your path is slow and gentle, like a leaf drifting on a still pond. As you draw closer, the colors grow brighter, though still soft, muted by the gentle morning light. A nearby balloon glides a little lower than yours, its envelope painted in calm shades of lavender and sky blue. Another floats higher, glowing with warm oranges and pinks, like a sunrise captured in fabric. You watch them drift with serene fascination. They seem alive in their own quiet way, breathing, swaying, coasting through the air with simple, effortless gaze. The pilot adjusts a rope, and your balloon shifts to the right, giving you a more open view of them all. The scene feels almost like a quiet gathering, a congregation of floating shapes, a peaceful procession rising with the new day. The sky around you grows brighter, and with it comes a new warmth, a soft, sunlit glow that wraps around your shoulders like a shawl. The colors of the clouds gently shift as the sun climbs, pale pink turning into peach, peach turning into soft gold, gold blending seamlessly into clear morning light. You rest your hands on the edge of the basket and take in the quiet majesty of it all. The gentle swaying, the soft drifting, the peaceful movement of the other balloons, and the vast, open sky stretching endlessly around you. The pilot glances toward the horizon and gives a small nod, an unspoken invitation for you to look that way too. So you do. And there, spreading across the sky in shimmering layers, is the most mesmerizing view yet. A broad band of light, not quite a rainbow, but a soft wash of color, stretches across the waking sky. Pale greens blend into soft yellows, gentle blues melt into lavender, and faint rosy tones shimmer between them. It looks like a watercolor sunrise brushed across the air itself, almost translucent, almost floating. You inhale slowly, letting the sight settle into your mind like a quiet memory forming in real time. Below you, a flock of birds rises from a distant treetop. They move in slow formation, their wings catching the morning light. From this height, their calls are softened into gentle echoes, blending with the breeze like a lullaby. Your balloon drifts just above them, and for a moment you feel as though you're flying with them, moving at their peaceful pace, gliding through the open air. There's no effort, no resistance, just the calm of drifting, floating, existing in a moment of pure ease. As the balloon continues onward, the view beneath begins to shift from rolling hills to a wide open valley. Soft green fields stretch across the landscape like a calm, welcoming carpet. Ribbons of water wind through the valley, reflecting the morning sky like polished glass. Clusters of trees gather near the banks, their leaves brushing the breeze in slow, shimmering waves. The entire valley feels like a peaceful, hidden world, one you get to experience from a place of complete serenity, gently drifting above it. The balloon dips slightly as the pilot adjusts the flame, letting you float closer to the valley below. Not too close, just enough to feel connected, just enough to feel held between earth and sky. The scent in the air shifts again, a mix of warm sunlight, cool altitude, and the faintest hint of wildflowers carried upward in the morning breeze. You take it in, breathing deeply and letting it flow through you. Here, in this calm, suspended moment, you feel weightless, you feel peaceful, you feel beautifully, effortlessly at ease. The journey continues, gently unfolding, carrying you deeper into tranquility. The balloon glides up onward, drifting over the valley with an even calmer, slower rhythm than before. The breeze has softened, almost stilled, leaving you suspended in a moment that feels timeless, unhurried, and deeply peaceful. You rest your elbows gently against the wicker edge of the basket, noticing how warm it has become beneath the sunlight. It radiates a soft, comforting heat, the kind that seeps slowly into your hands, loosening every small tension as it settles. The pilot pulls very lightly on a rope overhead, and the balloon tilts just enough to shift direction by a few delicate degrees. The movement is subtle, almost tender, like a quiet nudge guiding you toward a new part of the sky. Below, the landscape widens. The valley opens into a broad, sunlit plain dotted with wildflowers, splashes of soft yellows, lavenders, and pale blues. From above, they form a gentle mosaic, a field of colors softened by distance and morning haze. Their fragrance rises faintly, carried upward in thin threads of air, just enough for you to catch the subtle sweetness. With each breath, you draw in that floral warmth, and with each exhale, you let something inside you release, soften, quiet itself even more. The balloon descends ever so slightly, not down toward the ground, but into a lower, warmer layer of air. Here, the breeze drifts differently, thicker, slower, wrapping around the basket like a velvety ribbon. You notice the sound of the burner grow even gentler, its occasional hush of warm flame fading into long stretches of quiet. In those quiet stretches, You hear the soft whisper of the wind brushing past. It has a soothing, rhythmic pattern, like the slow stroke of a hand smoothing fabric. You breathe in and out, matching your rhythm to the breeze. Ahead, the land begins to shift again. The wildflower plains give way to a serene, winding river that curves across the landscape in wide, slow arcs. From up here, the water glows with the sky's reflection, soft peach near the horizon, a quiet gold where the sun touches, pale blue in the shaded bends. The balloon gently drifts toward it, as though drawn to the glimmering water. As you reach the river's edge, from above, something magical happens. The world seems to quiet even further. The soundscape softens, the breeze stills, the air around you becomes almost silky in its calmness. Below, the water flows with a slow, mirrored smoothness. Every ripple moves lazily, like a sigh. Every shimmer of sunlight stretches long and slow across the surface. Your balloon travels above the river the way a dream glides through sleep. Quietly, seamlessly, without effort. The pilot reaches towards the valve but pauses, choosing instead to let the balloon follow the natural current of the air. Your path becomes even more effortless, even more serene, as if the river itself is guiding you. Birds skim across the water below, their wings barely touching the surface. But from your height, their movement feels muted, gentle, like brushstrokes smoking the river's skin. The reflection of your balloon appears in the slow-moving water. A soft, elongated shape of gold and blue and rose, drifting along with you. It sways just as you sway, rocks just as you rock, floats just as you float. There's something comforting in the mirrored movement, a sense of harmony between earth and sky, between what is above and what is below. For a long, peaceful moment, you watch your reflection glide over smooth patches of river, over ripples that bend the colors, over stretches where the water grows darker, like polished stone. The breeze shifts again, guiding the balloon slowly away from the river. But the transition is so graceful, so gradual that you hardly notice when the glittering water begins to drift behind you. Ahead now is a forest, tall trees with emerald leaves that glimmer softly in the glowing light. The tops of the trees create a textured sea of greens, rolling gently in the wind. Your balloon floats just above them, not high, not low, perfectly balanced between sky and treetops. The scent of the forest rises towards you, earthly, warm, fresh, a mix of pine and moss and sun-warmed leaves. You breathe it in, letting it settle into your senses. Each inhalation feels grounding, anchoring you in calm. Each exhale feels like letting go of just a little more weight. The balloon drifts deeper over the forest, and the soundscape changes again. Instead of open sky silence, your heart, you hear the softened echoes of birds calling below, distant, gentle, melodic. Their songs rise like warm threads of sound, weaving into the quiet rhythm of your journey. Far below, the branches sway in slow, sleepy waves. The sunlight filters through them in patches, casting shifting shapes across the forest floor. You can't see the details from up here, only the movement, the ebb and flow of shadow and light. The balloon dips ever so slightly, bringing you closer to the treetops. You can see the texture of the leaves now. Glossy, dew-speckled, shimmering gently. A cluster of butterflies rises from somewhere deep within the forest, drifting upwards in a lazy, swirling spiral. They float near the balloon, their wings catching the light in flashes of pale yellow and white. Their movement is soft, slow, dreamlike. For a moment, it feels as though you're drifting among them, weightless, fluttering, unbounded by gravity or time. The breeze carries the butterflies away, and your balloon continues forward, gliding toward a small clearing in the forest. From above, the clearing appears like a small circle of light, a soft oasis of golden grass surrounded by tall trees. The pilot adjusts the burner with a small, tender exhale of flame, lifting you gently above the clearing. The warmth of the flame rolls outward, wrapping around you like a cozy blanket just as the balloon rises again into a higher pocket of air. Here, the air is a little cooler, a little quieter, a little softer. It feels like the sky is settling around you, cushioning you in peace. Your eyes grow heavier with the rhythm of the drift. Your breathing slows to match the rocketing of the basket. The world below blurs into calming shapes, greens, golds, shadows, glimmers, all softened by distance. You float in a peaceful suspension, neither rising nor falling, only drifting deeper into the heart of the journey. Ahead, the forest thins, and the terrain begins to slope toward distant, rounded hills, gentle, velvety shapes that invite the balloon onward with their quiet promise of tranquility. The pilot smiles softly and gives a small nod, a silent reassurance that the most peaceful part of the journey is still coming, and you are drifting right toward it. The balloon continues drifting toward the gentle rise of the hills, soft, rounded shapes touched with early sunlight. They glow in pale gold, like great cushions resting beneath the sky. The slopes are smooth, covered in tall, swaying grasses that ripple in slow waves, their movement blending into the tranquil rhythm of your ascent. The breeze carries you higher along the curve of the nearest hill, and the shift in elevation brings a subtle change in the air. It feels cooler again, lighter, with the faint scent of stone warmed by sunlight. The pilot adjusts a small rope, and the balloon rises just enough to hover above the crest of the hill. As you reach the top, the full landscape reveals itself. Wide, open, peaceful. Rolling hills stretch into the distance, each one softened by morning haze. Between them lie valleys filled with silver mist, drifting lazily in the warming air, almost like quiet lakes made of gold. The balloon glides among the length of the hill, following its curve with slow, graceful ease. The hush of sky deepens. The world below seems even farther away, and a quiet stillness settles into your body like a warm, comforting weight. You lean gently against the edge of the basket, and the wicker feels soothing beneath your hands. Its warmth, its texture, its gentle firmness. Everything about it encourages you to relax more deeply, to release more fully, to allow your thoughts to float, just like the balloon itself, quietly, slowly, without direction or effort. The pilot gives a small, soft nod toward the horizon. Something glows faintly in the distance. Not bright, not sharp, but warm and welcoming. A lake. A lake tucked between the hills, round and serene, its surface smooth as glass. From here, it appears like a soft mirror, catching the sky's colors and holding them gently. Your balloon begins drifting in its direction. The moment is slow, so slow that you feel as if you're barely moving at all. It's the kind of pace that relaxes every part of you, the kind that loosens the mind, softens the breath, and eases the body towards rest. As you approach the lake, the air becomes calmer still. It smooths out, warm and steady, wrapping around you like a soft blanket. The burner fires with a low, gentle hush, rising the balloon just slightly before the flame fades again into quiet. The pilot says nothing. They don't need to. Every gesture, every movement is relaxed and peaceful, designed to guide you deeper into dreamlike drift. The balloon hovers above the lake. The surface below reflects the sky in soft layers, pale gold near the horizon, soft blue overhead, a hint of lavender still lingering at the edges. The reflection of your balloon stretches across the water, long and slightly blurred, swaying with the ripples. For a moment, you feel suspended between two skies, one above, one below, floating in a space where everything is calm and weightless. The breeze shifts slightly. The balloon rotates just a little, giving you a slow, sweeping view of the lake from all angles. The hills curve gently around it, cradling the water in a peaceful embrace. Birds skim the surface far below, their wings creating delicate ripples that widen in slow rings. The sound is barely audible, just the softest whisper reaching you from the distance. You inhale and exhale, letting the rhythm of your breath match the quiet rocking of the basket. The pilot lowers the flame even more. The balloon begins to descend, drifting closer to the lake's surface, never touching, only nearing with serene, effortless grace. The air grows warmer as you descend. The sunlight softens across your face. The calm deepens inside your chest, spreading through your shoulders, down your arms, and into every part of your body. Closer, closer. The balloon lowers until the reflection of its colors becomes clearer, brighter, more vivid. And then it stops, hovering just a short distance above the water, perfectly motionless except for the slow, dreamlike sway that lulls you deeper into sleep, into stillness. Here, surrounded by quiet hills and calm water, the world feels impossibly peaceful. The lake acts like a great, cool mirror beneath you, reflecting every soft color of the sky and returning them with even greater gentleness. The breeze barely moves now. The flame stays quiet, only whispering now and then. You float in a pocket of stillness that feels like the very heart of calm. The pilot rests a hand on the rope, but doesn't pull it. This is a moment meant for drifting, for resting, for letting go. You breathe deeply, slowly, and feel the last bits of tension slip away, melting into the air around you. Your eyelids glow heavier. Your thoughts drift like thin clouds trailing across the sky. Slow, soft, effortless. The balloon begins to rise again, just a little, ascending into a warmer layer of morning air. The movement lifts you in a way a gentle tide lifts a floating shell. The lake becomes a calm circle of shimmering gold beneath you. The pilot eases the burner lower still, and the balloon's upward motion slows, until you are drifting at the perfect height for the journey's final peaceful stretch. The hills recede beneath you. The lake becomes a soft shape, fading into morning haze. The sky widens again, but in a gentler, sleepier way. The colors soften. The breeze quiets. The world grows dimmer around the edges, as if encouraging you toward rest, toward stillness, toward sleep. The pilot adjusts the flame one last time. A soft, tender pump of warmth, and the balloon enters the highest, quietest layer of air yet. Up here, the silence is complete. The movement is barely perceptible. It feels like floating inside a dream. Your breathing becomes slow, steady, rhythmic. Your body grows heavier, warmer, more relaxed. Your mind drifts with the balloon, weightless and unburdened. The pilot offers a gentle smile, then gestures towards the horizon. A horizon softened into a blur of warm light. It's an unspoken invitation to rest fully now, to let the journey carry you into dreams. The balloon rocks softly, like a cradle, like a lullaby made of motion, and you feel yourself slipping, drifting, sinking into sleep. Held by the sky, carried by the breeze, cradled by quiet, floating, drifting, resting, as the world below dissolves into peaceful stillness and the journey continues gently in your dreams.